Hi, guys. It's Rita with Happy Being Well. I have an exciting guest today. We have Nancy Lockhart with Coaching with Kindness. So Nancy, since we talk all things well-being here at Happy Being Well, so how do you incorporate well-being, in your day-to-day and with your clients? Like, why is well-being so essential in order to achieve greater heights of success?
Well, first of all, Rita, thank you so much for having me, and thank you for the question. So, with coaching with kindness, I kind of combine two disciplines. I am for a long time. I've been a marketing strategist. I've built brands, healthcare brands for big companies like Kaiser Permanente and Blue Cross Blue Shield, Medtronic. And I worked in corporate for a long time. I worked on the agency side as well, and was able to work with a lot of clients there. So I think one of the things that was important to me once I decided to step away from corporate is how can I leverage what I know to help women business owners and entrepreneurs to get access to the type of strategy and foundational experience that I have, where they couldn't access that. Typically it's pretty expensive. I make it very affordable. But the important thing for me in working with a client is making sure that where they're at is in a state of really wanting to explore where they are, what their business does, and what problems they solve. And in order to do that, they really need to be in a state of wellness. And so I've also incorporated life coaching into my work. So helping them to understand where they're at. My life coaching is really centered on law of attraction. So it helps them to really gauge, what do you want to do? And why haven't you done it up to this point, to understand the blocks that have been in their way, and in addressing those and understanding those, and then moving forward. And conversely, attracting the right kind of clients that want to engage with my clients and what they're doing, what the services that they're offering. And it's really it's amazing to see how just in interspersing just a little bit of that life coaching, that law of attraction, can really break through some considerable barriers that people have had in the past. And then I could bring in my traditional strategic 8-week plan to get them on track and launch their brands. And they can speak to it in such a powerful and knowing way, and they can filter out partnerships, products, anything, even promotional items that don't work, are in alignment with who they are and why they're doing the businesses that they're doing. So if someone's not in sometimes people will come and say, I've been trying to do this forever, and they're struggling. But if they're not open to kind of that work, that it does take work, and people are like, this is hard, and it's not me, it's them. They got to be open to doing the work so that they can attract the things that they wanted into their lives. So wellness to me is really a lot about mental health. I'm a keto eater, so I've been doing that for a couple of years. So I get tons of physical benefits from that, and also I'm a walker, so I've done Avon breast cancer walk, 2 days, 40 miles. That was that was a challenge, and I did it. But I walk every day, and I go outside. I'm not really a gym person, but just it feeds not just my body, but my mind and my soul as well. So those are some of the aspects of health that I focus on.
Awesome. I love that you shared with us some of your wellness activities. Like walking outside is a great wellness activity. You get to be in nature, you get to move your body, you get to have some fresh oxygen. And that is so, so important to maintain high energy levels and to release stress. Being out in nature, it actually absorbs our stress, and moving the body, it clears your mind. It is such a great activity, and you don't need to achieve fitness by going to the gym. You can just literally just walk around the block, or go out to a park or a hike, a nature trail. And you're out in California, so I mean, oh my goodness, I used to live out there, and there's so many
Yeah.
amazing nature trails out there. And
Mm.
I used to go out to Newport Coast, the nature trails
Oh,
at Crystal Cove there, and
yes.
Starship.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite actually was my favorite beach was Crystal Cove was right in Newport Coast was my favorite beach of all of Orange County, and loved going
Yeah.
to
That's hard. It's hard to beat that beach.
I mean
Yeah.
my favorite, and it's like it was kind of almost private too because it was not a lot of it wasn't heavily trafficked, so it was
Mhm.
like felt like it was kind of like almost like my own beach. Like I mean, it was very few people that would be walking around the beach, and it was just so tranquil, and I just loved it. It was like I would always say it had the most foam. It was like the most foam when even when the water came in. I was like, it's got the most foam. I don't know why that, it was just so pretty to look at compared to all the other beaches around the OC. And I loved going to the
Yeah.
beach summer. That was like one of my favorite luncheons. Anywho, so doing things we enjoy too is very important. So and eating healthy, absolutely. Giving you more energy, your body's operating much better, and most importantly, I know for me, I've, mainly eat plant-based,
Mhm.
clean eating. I had a problem with overindulging in carbohydrates and sugar to deal with stress
Yep.
and anxiety when I was working in corporate. It was an easy, quick fix to get that release of serotonin and dopamine, and it was just temporary. It was like the
Yeah.
same thing as a drug. It's like that temporary fix. As you're eating it, you're enjoying that cake, and oh my, did I like ever excessively eat on cakes and pizzas, and having my pizza with wine like pretty much like lunch, dinners. Like it was just to kind of just deal with that very the toxic environments that come along with a corporate environment and times. So
Yeah.
anywho,
Yeah.
so and afterwards you just feel drained. It's just a temporary thing, and you just feel more tired and fatigued. Plus the weight gain. I mean, that doesn't
Yeah.
really help either. It adds to more fatigue, and
Yeah.
you just feel horrible. And you're putting like sugar is just not healthy.
No, it's not. It's not at all. I know. I mean, with eating keto, I was always in sort of the Weight Watcher family. So it was always like low calorie. And when I embraced keto, I had to start eating, I had to like, walk away from calories and start embracing fats, healthy fats. And I don't count calories, but I'm fat fueled. And I've gotten, it's so much, I would feel so much healthier. Blood pressure's down, weight is down. And I feel, I have my father just passed away from Alzheimer's last year. And, this is healthy for my brain. The sugar is just not good for you. But I do have a website called Keto and Kindness, and I make all of these keto recipes. I actually have a little challenge where I'm like, give me something. My cousin just sent in the lemon pound cake from Starbucks, and I made it keto, and it's on my website if you'd like to take a try. But I've tried all different lasagna. How do you make lasagna keto? But it's kind of fun to do that challenge, and to know you don't have to limit yourself. I mean, you have to be aware of your body and what is happening within your body. Like when you're full, stop eating, but you can still enjoy things in a healthful way, and feel really good. And so it's been a lot of fun. My daughters started eating keto, and they keep saying, "Mom, you're going to live forever. We know you're going to live forever because you're eating keto." And I have to remind them there is an end point for mom, but we're going to try to prolong it as long as possible.
Oh, isn't I know. I think we're all prolonging that as long as possible.
Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, and it actually does and it does extend our vitality, our youth by
Yeah.
taking care of ourselves. Like I noticed a huge difference from when I converted from, literally being addicted to sugar. Like I mean, literally using sugar as like a drug really to deal with stress and anxiety. And it was convenient. It was that quick fix, but it left me feeling like after I finished, eating that cake or having that pizza, like just down and out as if I was like, down and out, like a almost like a dry, almost, I'm not going to say, I'm not, but I mean, kind of, because it's like you're more tired and you just don't, it doesn't feel you're done, eating that excessive sugar, whether it's a cake or a pizza or an ice cream or whatever it is. But when I switched over and I learned how to make those meals and learned how to cook plant-based, it actually tastes, I find, better. And I'm more like, this tastes more, I actually enjoy it. And I feel much better. I have more energy. I look better. And, just losing the weight alone, I have a very small frame. Also, lugging that extra weight was just too hard on my body. So it was just, it really does affect your productivity levels because you just don't have as much mental and physical energy when you're like, when you're living from that, like when you're resorting to unhealthy habits. So yeah, I did my productivity, feeling better, positive. I mean, they've done studies in this. When you're feeling, more energy, more positive, you perform better. There's studies in this, people who are depressed versus people who are much more happier and positive, literally a huge difference. That you speak better, you think better, you understand much better at a higher capacity level because your brain is performing better. Just sheer, nutrients going into the body.
Well, it's real food too. I mean, that's the thing that I've seen. And actually, I have two daughters, and one is vegetarian. So I try to do the keto vegetarian stuff. And also that's another fun challenge too. Like how can I make something for her that is, acknowledging and honoring her path, her food path, and what makes her feel good. But you're right about the depression. That sugar. I know, I've been eating over 2.5 years keto, but every once in a while, it's a birthday party or something, I'll have a bite of cake. I can feel that like almost immediately that it's like, almost like having a hangover or something, like, oh, this does not feel good. And why did I do that? And there's so much like pressure almost to kind of, oh, just have a bite. It's so-and-so's birthday and, whatever. But I make some really great keto cakes too. Birthday cakes now. But it's just something that you kind of have to go, this is just a choice. People get really weird about the judgment too. Like, oh, are you judging me because I'm eating sugar? I'm like, I you know what? I'm going to live my life the way I'm going to live it. I'm going to make the choices that I make that's best for me. And if you want to learn more, and if you want to know my stuff, ask me questions. You can go to my keto website. You can, whatever it is that, if you're curious, but there's absolutely no judgment. You look at me, and if you're curious, then ask away. And that's what I did with my kids. I was eating that way. They saw like a shift in me, and, we went to the pediatrician, they're teenagers, but they were like, it's a great way to eat. They're athletes, so they have to do a little bit more carb incorporation from, fruits and vegetables, not, bagels and donuts, although they sometimes do that. but they're kids. But understanding that, and what, every body is so unique in how what works, what doesn't work. Because I've had people tell me that the keto stuff doesn't work for me. I truly believe it's the mindset and the blocks. If I go back to law of attraction, it's the blocks of eating fats, eating butter and bacon. You have to be careful about, because there's a lot of sugar that gets, infused in bacon. So eating clean bacon, things that are fatty, but recognizing, you got to kind of go through that keto flu. And then once you get over that, which I never really experienced, my younger daughter did, but your body's shifting how it's burning, how it's burning energy and fuel for yourself. So that is a shift. And but you know, in one time, you know, we did go to the doctor. My daughter's ketones were too, I believe they were too high, so she wanted to adjust it. But you know, keeping track and just being mindful of how your body's working, how your body's responding to the foods you put into it. And I truly believe that, you know, if your focus is on losing weight, it is 90% about what you're putting in your mouth. You've got to stay active and move your body in order, because, you know, we get this body for a short amount of time and we want to keep it as long as possible. But if you're not moving it, it will, you know, it will atrophy. So I'm all for doing the exercise. But if your goal is that, it's really about being mindful about what you're putting in your body and knowing how your body reacts. So yeah, I've just found a lot of success with that, and had a lot of fun, you know, kind of challenging myself when it comes to, you know, I can figure that out. Now I know. I mean, now I know a lot of the different ways to substitute. There's still some things I'm perfecting, but that makes it fun and makes it challenging too.
Absolutely. So if a client comes to you and they're not living in wellness, how do you, first of all, identify that, and how do you get them to move into wellness? And
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, there's a lot of different ways to do that. And you can pretty much, so someone could be not in wellness, and I'm really assessing my clients for the coaching with kindness based on their mental health. So, you know, they're coming to me if they're very much like, this hasn't worked, I don't know what to do, I don't, you know, nothing is happening, I can't move the needle. So that's frustration. I get it. So I'm gonna start them out with instead of going right into, okay, let's talk about what your vision, mission, whatever, your values, your foundational marketing. I'm going to start with them like, okay, so what has happened in the past? Let's try to unwind that ball of that knot and see if there is a way to get through, to demonstrate to them where there is opportunity, where maybe things went the wrong way because of a situation. Or, you know, during that assessment, it's pretty obvious, like if they want to go there or if they want to sit in their negativity or in that, you know, that victimhood, which is, I get it. I've been there. I have so been there. But if they're not ready or willing to kind of shift out of that, then you know, it's pretty easy to tell. And I'm happy. You know what? There's a million marketing consultants. There's a million coaches out there. I have friends that do it. The thing is, you know, I can refer them to other people. And with confidence, I truly believe the world is abundant. But there's only one Nancy that's going to, you know, work with you the way that I do. So if that's a great fit and we can work together, wonderful. But if not, there's plenty of people that can help them. But that's not my focus. My focus is really to bring the whole person, not just, you know, the business, but the whole person into a better place, you know. So and I've been very fortunate to be able to do that and provide that for people. I mean, whenever you get someone's like, you're amazing, you changed my life, I remind them they did it. It's within them. I just opened a door and showed them a path, and then they walked it. And it is so cool to do that.
Absolutely, totally. And it's so great that you remind them that it was them that do it, because they made the choice to work
Exactly.
with you and do the things that you're recommending and take the action. So, you know, it's really a two-way interaction. So
yeah. I don't have a magic wand to wave and say, okay, now your business is on fire. It has to be, otherwise it's my business. You know, I put in a ton of work into my business and to growing and developing it. I expect the same from my clients. I, again, open the door, show them processes and procedures, give them a mindset from which to kind of work from, and then let them go. And they do it. They do it. It's just it's really, really satisfying to be able to do that. And I'm so grateful that I'm at a point in my life where I open my own eyes to the things that I can do. What am I supposed to do? What is my purpose? I feel that this is really in alignment with what I can do to help people and to help them, grow in, personally and professionally.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if there's like one important thing, one key takeaway people can take away, is what do you feel is the most important foundation to build success? I know we talked about, food and exercise, but where do you start? Like, say a client comes to you and they're not living within wellness, they're living from a place of fear and lack. So where do you start with them? Do you start with, where do you start? How do you get them into a better way of thinking in order to be able to be a better performer and generate and take the right actions to, achieve success in their careers, their professional life? Where do you
Yeah. I think, from a professionally, I'm always going to go back to my brand strategy foundation, and they do have to understand why they're going into business. But you're talking about them personally, and they're in a place that's very, that's stuck. They want to, or they think that they are on their way. One of the things that's really, I think is really helpful is to have them, tell their story. And then from my perspective, to point out where things are really awesome. Like the other day I was working with a client, and she's a 3-time cancer survivor, but she has cancer again. It's come back. And I was telling her, you have such a powerful story to tell. And she's like, but that's negative. I don't want to focus on that. That's negative. I'm like, don't you see that you're taking the big C and you're fighting it. You're not laying down. You continually get back up. And right now you're starting a business and you're working towards that. That's amazing. And she really, she was like, I never thought about it that way. And, to like unleash her power, that she's doing all this stuff, but to just give her a different perspective of what I see and what would be an inspiration for other people, to demonstrate that it's not negative, that's way positive. Yeah, cancer sucks, and it's a part of life, but what you do with it, whatever the sucky thing is that you're dealing with, that's what drives success. That's what drives fulfillment. That's what drives purpose. So I try really hard. Once again, some people are just they're not ready to take that different perspective, and that's okay. I'm always going to be there. I've had clients that, I've had breakthroughs, and then it's almost like they disappear, they kind of disappear. And I'm like, I know we had a breakthrough, but maybe they're just not, it's not the right time for them. And I, send them peace and love, and they know where I'm at if they want to, pick up the ball and work together or work with someone else. It's whatever works for them. But that's I would say foundational, is to really try to see where they're at and see where they can go, and then when it locks in, it's really cool.
And whatever, and your name is Lockhart, so locking in that passion.
That's a great point, Rita. I'm going to borrow that. Leverage my name.
And it's basically, lock in that heart passion, Lockhart.
I love it. I love it. Can I hire you?
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah.
So it's great. I love that story, having your client discuss their story and then taking away the gems from that and where you bring that into their business. So great. And I know you have amazing freebies to offer. You've got an amazing quiz. You've got this amazing, to find out, was it if your business name that you want is taken or not, I believe something to do with.
Right. So I have the quiz, which is a lot of fun. It's just kind of like, what is your brand is what it's called. And it's like a Cosmo quiz, to be totally honest. You kind of answer a few questions and it's fun, but it starts to get you in the mindset of what are the things that you value, what is important about you as a person that you would bring forward into your brand. So that's kind of the impetus of that. And the naming, a lot of people want to start with naming, which is fine, but there's a lot of things to consider when you're thinking about your name. Obviously your foundation, but also the legalities, what's available, what makes sense. I mean, if you think of some there can be some really terrible names, like a long time ago, this is dating me, but there was a car called Nova, and it went to market. Well, in Mexico, that means no go, and so they're marketing a car that won't go. At least that's the name of it. So you really want to think about some of the different implications within the name. Also, what your competitive set is, and if people could confuse you with a competitor, that's not good. So it goes through a lot of those things to consider, and different types of names. And so, and then also, I am doing a book collaboration with Linda Sunshine West, who I know Invincible No More. I guess that book is supposed to be launching in August. And then, if people just want to try to connect with me to see if it's a right fit, I have a free consultation that's on my site, and so I would love to talk to whoever and share my freebies, because they're a lot. Oh, I also have are you attracting the wrong kind of clients? And that's just, it's levity. It's people are like, I am. Then and you know what? I've been through it too. I've attracted clients. I'm like, but that's how I got to my freebie. So I can say, I know, and let's work to clear that path for you. So thank you for asking.
Yeah, I mean, they're great points. I mean, they're literally like the foundational points to start. Like, you really do know your stuff. Like, what is your brand? Listening to their story, figuring out, what are you're attracting based on the energy that you're emitting from your unconsciousness. I mean, these are all things that really are the literally starting points to really getting your business rocking and rolling, whatever business it is,
Right.
with service or product based, because it all starts from our psyche. You know what I mean? We have to, we all attract things, situations or people based on, what we're emitting, right? That's
yes. You're speaking my law of attraction language, my friend.
yeah. It's, and I mean, it's already been proven by science and psychology that whatever your mind is constantly thinking and focusing on,
Quantum physics, it's real.
Yeah, totally. You're activating your reticular activating system, and that is what you call into your life. Like you heard, just like if you keep thinking about, a Toyota Corolla, it's all you're going to see is Toyota Corolla.
Yes. Yeah.
On the road, right?
Yeah.
So it's completely real, and it's definitely a starting point for anybody. Whether you want to be a successful online yoga instructor or a meditation facilitator or a business coach or a life coach, or whatever business you want to start launching. It always comes from you, like your personal brand, right?
Exactly.
Our personal brand, like every time we walk around, like we're representing our personal brand, right? Because we're always meeting people, whether that's at the grocery store or at a social party, or, you know, literally at the DMV, if you're sitting at the DMV and someone's sitting and you guys are waiting long, maybe you might strike up a conversation. What do you do? What do you do? You know, there's always an opportunity to
Right.
attract people into your business. Maybe they might need your service and product. And since they got to know you and talk to you, they already feel comfortable with you and they may work with you, right? So it's always, yeah, this is like real and true. And so definitely. So if you guys want to expand your business, work with Nancy Lockhart. She will identify your heart passions and lock it in.
I love it, Rita. I love it. A brand new tagline is born.
There you go. There you go. No, I don't offer services. I don't do business coaching. I just offer wellness products to women, and to inspire them. I mean, there is free educational, you know, content on the website at happybeingwell.com that they can tap into that will motivate them to meditate daily, to practice a physical activity, whether that's yoga or walking or running or whatever it is, as long as it's a physical activity, what to eat, you know, what practices to incorporate into their day-to-day self-care practices. Yeah. So all my business coaching just is, I'm my business coach.
Well, you're very good at it. And by the way, for anyone who's listening, I have tried her face mask and I'm going to mess up the name of it. It is amazing. Please tell them about it because it is like a vacation in a bottle or in a tube or what it comes in in a container. and I love it. And it's highly recommend it.
Yeah. I'm glad, you know, you're enjoying it. I mean, I enjoy it. It is truly a vacation in a container. It's really happiness in a container. She's talking about the Rasu Moroccan facial clay mask, which is 100% organic, and it literally comes from the mountains of Morocco, and it's just a fabulous facial mask. It makes your skin look more matte. It removes all those facial impurities, it makes you look younger, improves your skin elasticity, and it really truly does work. But most importantly, not only does it work and make your skin look much better, like honestly, like I don't even need to wear foundation. Like it's not, I mean, I'm not wearing foundation right now. I'm just wearing lipstick, eyeliner, and concealer. And I mean, if I'm going out in the evening, I'll wear foundation to, you know, amplify my appearance. But it makes your foundation look better as well when you really take care of your skin with a really great product like the Moroccan clay mask that's on happybeingwell.com. So thanks for plugging that, Nancy.
Always. Hey, I find something great, I want to share it. So my pleasure.
And honestly, like before really, you know, discovering the right products for my skin, I would always ask, you know, some of my friends, like, it's always like kind of like a coveted secret. Like some of my friends, it's like, what are you using? Oh, you know, I literally had a friend totally lie to me. She's like, oh, you know, I just go to the drugstore and I pick up whatever on sale. I'm like, yeah, okay, your skin is, you know, like glowing and there's no way you're using drugstore cheap.
Yeah, that's, you know, law of abundance is part of law, you know, the laws of the universe. There's enough for everybody. Share your learnings, you know, let more people, that's what you're doing with your site and your products. And
I can't believe it was literally, that was been my journey. Like some girls would literally hide, you know, like they don't want it's like, okay. So I really was on a mission to find the right skincare products for me and doing my research. I really did. I remember I would try like Arbonne and you know, and all these other things, you know, prior. And so and even just other wellness stuff that I would always find haphazardly through maybe watching Shark Tank, or
Mhm.
you know, maybe your friends talking about it, or I see it in a magazine. If I'm flying somewhere and I'm on the airplane and I'm flipping through the airplane magazine and I'm seeing like an advert for something or an article, I'm like, oh, and it's always like haphazard. So I'm like, you know what? That was actually part of the birth of happybeingwell.com. It's like I was really like on a journey to find the right things for me that really actually worked. So I curated those products that are like natural
Yeah.
and they're affordable, most importantly.
Yes. Yep.
And I mean that clay mask it's a pretty big container, and
It
it's
is a big container. Yeah.
$6, including free shipping in the USA. I mean, you can't go wrong. Like, go to
You
Sephora,
can't.
you're paying like $80, you know, plus tax.
Right. Right. I highly, highly recommend anybody, get it, try it. And you'll thank me and you'll thank Rita for it.
And you'll totally enjoy the appearance of your skin, and it'll
Mhm.
totally feel it feels amazing while you apply it on your skin. It's like so soothing
Mm,
and relaxing, and it feels healing because it really is
yes.
healing. It's really healing your skin. You're improving
Yeah.
the elasticity. You're removing those toxins and impurities out of your skin at a deeper level that
Yeah.
goes beyond your daily cleanser. Anyways, I could really talk about it for a while because I get excited about it.
That's good. That means you're passionate about it. You're doing what you're meant to do. And isn't that cool? Like,
Yeah,
good for you
yeah,
and good for us because you're sharing it. So
yeah. So yeah, me and Nancy could literally talk for hours.
yeah, we sometimes we do.
I know. It's one of the fun benefits of having one of your friends on your podcast. It's like
Yeah.
just get into like a social rant, and it's fun. And I'm sure people are enjoying that real, energy exchange between, two friends.
Yeah.
It's great. And by the way,
Yeah.
me and Nancy, we met on Clubhouse.
We did. And now we have a clubhouse room, Enlightened Entrepreneurs, under the Mind Shift for Life Shift, your room, your room, right? Club, your club. It's our room, her club.
Yeah. Mind Shift for Life Shift is a club that you can find on Clubhouse. And then me and Nancy run the Enlightened Entrepreneur every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
On the left coast. Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
And then you have the Mind Shift for Life Shift room within your club.
Yes.
On Thursdays.
That's right. The Mind Shift for Life Shift is strictly personal development that I host with Kim Thompson every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then me and Nancy are Enlightened Entrepreneur, which we're talking about infusing basically how to become more enlightened. And if you are already enlightened, how to fuse that with your business to further build your business at a higher level.
Yep. It's a great group. A lot of fun.
Yeah, we definitely have fun in that room. For sure. So we covered your freebies. I know you have a mastermind coming up, so you want to tell and share with everybody your mastermind and where they can go to enroll.
Yes, thank you so much. So I have an 8-week marketing makeover masterclass that I'm offering. And you can go to my website, coachwithkindness.com, or you can go to kindnessconnection.now.site. And you can get my freebies there, and you can get more information on it's an 8-week course, and it goes through all of the critical steps of developing your marketing plan, from the very beginning foundationally all the way through, packaging your product, pricing your product, putting it out in the marketplace, and evaluating the market shifts and stuff. So there's a lot of great tools that are packed into there. So please, if you're interested, hop on my website. I'm doing it one-on-one right now, and I'm going to, as I'm getting more people that are interested, I'll probably expand it to do a group type of thing and we'll work together. But for right now, it's me and you. So please join.
I highly recommend, guys, that you join her mastermind. Nancy definitely knows what she's talking about. And not only does she focus, on the business and marketing end, she's also knowing how to incorporate the wellness as a part of, growing your business, because it all starts with you. So,
Yeah.
You need to get yourself into the right mindset and remove any type of negative programs or beliefs or values that's kind of interfering from further building your business and taking those courageous steps forward. So, and Nancy can totally get you there. I know she's in the freebies alone, or honestly, as I'm a marketer as well. I've been a marketer for over 10 years. Her freebies are fantastic to take advantage of that.
Thank you.
Get to know your brand, or what's your brand quiz. That's an amazing quiz. Anybody should be taking advantage of that. And also with trying to identify your business name. That's an excellent resource that Nancy explained why that's an excellent resource. So I highly, guys, encourage you the links will be posted in the description of this podcast below, that you can tap into and take advantage of Nancy's freebies, get to know Nancy more, and enroll in her masterclass, her mastermind.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you so much, Rita. It's been a pleasure always to spend time with you and your fans. So thanks a lot.
Yeah, and thanks for being here. It was a pleasure interviewing you and having you share all of your wisdom and insights and strategies with me and everybody that's listening to Happy Being Well. So
awesome.
Have an amazing day.
You too, my friend.
Okay, bye.
Bye.